Hello, and welcome to CopTubeAmerica.com, where we teach you the elements of criminal law. I like to say hello to my teens, whoever you may be, ages 13 to 17. How are you doing today? We're on lesson number 20, vehicular homicide. It is very important that you listen closely. Why? Because most of you will own an automobile sometime in your life or get an opportunity to drive one, to operate one, to be in charge of one. Okay? And that entails a lot of responsibility that you will not be able to talk your way out of, speak your way out of, pray your way out of. Once you get behind the wheel of a car, you and that wheel and your feet and your hands and your brain better all be in tune. And your passion for survival, your passion and your will to stay out of a prison cell. You better be sober behind the wheel of a car. And no, we are not speaking about DWI specifically. Okay? We're speaking about a vehicular homicide. What they will read to you in an open court of law, it be a judge or a clerk, or at times a bailiff, will read out loud the charges that are brought against you. No, it is not the definition that you will find on the internet. You type in there and say, well, what is a vehicular homicide? Well, it will tell you as in describing in a physical sense the possibilities of what you may see. Okay? But a car accident, say you were to take pictures, can you tell and distinguish between what is a vehicular homicide or accident? No, you have to go behind the scenes on this. Okay? And that's what officers do. So you are properly charged. Okay? So he said, well, why don't they just hurry up? They just charge me. Hey, you don't run the show. They have to properly charge you. And this would be the proper charge, which we are going to discuss today. No, you can't make things up. No, you can't change things. Laws are fixtures. They are fixed in society. They are not to be changed by anyone. The only one that can change a law is the Supreme Court. All the justices, not your local judge. You are judged on the law. That offense, those three offenses that you committed, point blank, period. It's so black and white. It's so easy to understand. I'm making life very simple for everyone because people have too many thoughts on the law. And that's not the law. The law is written. Wait a minute, I can feel a bam. Bam! For those who like that. I like what she's like. Yeah. All right? Like hitting the lottery. Let's talk a little bit first about people's common sense. All right? Just take a few minutes. First of all, before I do that, let me tell you and remind you of what a element is, or elements are. There are these things. All right? They're like snowflakes. And once you put all those things together, they make a snowball. So, in law, what do you have? Something like vehicular homicide. And what are these acts that were committed that led up to this thing being called a vehicular homicide and not just an accident or not just a fender bender? You understand? All right, so why would I mention something called common sense? It's very simple. You have to have your common sense on at all times. You cannot lose your mind when you're behind something that's 2,000 tons, 4 tons, pounds. For instance, my husband drives a tractor trailer truck. Sometimes he has 80 pounds, 40,000 pounds, 50,000 pounds. Some things require a big sticker called a wide load. Okay, oh yeah. Can he afford to be intoxicated? Wow, neglectful. Mm-mm. Can you? Now, some people are so selfish that they would say, sure, I can be, but you can't be. No, it doesn't work that way. It never has. The system was never designed. Laws, some people get into things, they lose their common sense. Was the first thing they hear. Well, white people made up these laws, and these laws are for white people, not black. That's a lie. These laws are for Americans on American soil. You cannot break American laws. American, you are an American. I don't care what color you are, what sex you are. I don't care what sexual activities you may be involved in. Legal. Being gay. I don't care. You are an American, and that's how you'll be treated, so get used to it. You do not get favoritism because you're white, favoritism because you're black, favoritism because you're male, favoritism because you're female, favoritism because you're a visitor to this country, you haven't been here long, you don't understand all these reasons. I grew up poor. Please understand my plight. No. No, no, no. You are prosecuted on these things. So get to know them. So you'll understand, you can follow your case if you decide to get involved in something like this. And trust me, as they say, nobody put a gun in your head when you commit something like vehicular homicide. Whether you did it intentionally or not, it matters not. Purposefully or not, it matters not. Willfully or unwillfully, it matters not. Willingly or unwillingly, it matters not. You did it. That's why I said you have to use caution at all times. Turn down the radio if necessary. No CD if necessary. Don't text if necessary. Whatever it takes, do not get charged with a vehicular homicide. You will not be able to take it. One, knowing that you took a person's life. Two, knowing that you maybe took or altered a family. You don't want it to happen to you. So you have to be fair. And Cop 2 is about teaching people how to be fair. Be a fair adult. When you get to your 18th birthday, you know what? I'm going to be a fair adult human being. I'm not going to be unfair. I'm not going to be selfish. I'm not going to be greedy. I don't care who's doing it. I'm not going to join in. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to damage anything. I'm not going to allow myself to get upset to where I can't think past my own nose. Because you will be charged. Not the person that upset you. Not the person that got you angry. No. Not the one thing that threw you off. They're nowhere around. It's your hands on this crime. You. So is it something you can afford to do, or keep your head straight? Keep my head straight at all times. Now you see what I'm talking about? That judge, male or female, black, white, Hispanic, I don't care. Cripple, blind, crazy. And there are some blind judges. All you got to do is listen. All right? They know, well, where is the person that got you all upset? Does it make a difference? No. That's why they don't ask. You will be in the adult world, and I have to prepare you, each and every one of you teens, get you ready for a total world. Right now, you're responsible. Yes, you are. Just because you're a teen and you're with your parents, you best believe everybody here on this earth, 5-year-old striking a match, setting the house on fire, trust me, responsible. Held responsible. If not guilty, you're held responsible. Do you want that? Do you want all that? Or you just want to go to school and chill out and put on some nice clothes? And they ain't got to be the most expensive clothes in the world. Get your hair did. Like I say, get your hair did. Get your hair done. Okay? Get a haircut. Right. That's how you want to be. Trust me. Everyone who's been through the judicial system as it pertains to a vehicular homicide, they're always crying. And nobody's there. They may hand you one tissue. After that, baby, you are on your way. They don't care because you didn't care. Now, that'd be the honest God truth. You did not care. whether you did it intentionally or unintentionally. You should be totally focused. You, like me, that camera right here, totally focused. Glasses on. There's 9 and 3 on that wheel. Nothing else. They don't care about music. Turn it off. They don't care about cell phone. Throw it out the window. Doesn't make a difference. You kill somebody, you gonna pay, and you gonna be sued. You gonna pay every which kind of way, because folk don't play with cars, buses, anything, trucks, trailers, tractors. I don't care. Even a bicycle or motorcycle. It matters not. The day they tell you and come to you, should you do something like this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not going to be a happy day. You might as well forget going to work. You might as well forget about Social Security, because if they don't sue you for your Social Security check, all that hard-earned money gone in one day, in one instant, one moment, and one twinkling of an eye. Believe you me, they gonna get you. Americans done got smarter. I'm sorry you didn't grow up back there when nothing was happening. You had a good time with all this technology, and trust me, believe me, there's so much technology here. If they don't pin it down in 2 seconds, in a few days, if they take months, ooh, they gonna get you. Yes, on speed and accuracy. Did you have anything in your body? What distracted you? You didn't have an accident up to this point. You see? Like, wow, I didn't think about that. You had no accidents up to this point. Who are you talking to? Who gets you excited behind the wheel? Before you got your driver's license, you knew all the laws then. You didn't wreck that car when you were with your student training, did you? No. Okay. Yeah. Don't let an attorney have you on stand and tear you apart. And yes, you will. Through all your tears and your worries and your doubts and your fears, you will answer every single question. And if you do not, they will get you for contempt of court when the judge got to step in and say, ma'am, sir, would you please answer the question? And they put a hook on that thing called please. Before they say, you're held in contempt. Nobody's feeling sorry for you. You hurt someone. You took a life. Think about that. All those people who live and who love that person because of you. Nobody else. You. They don't put 2 folk on the stand. You. One at a time. You. Court slow things down. So you might as well slow things down yourself. Say, I'm not getting into it. Y'all be quiet before you even start the car. And if somebody getting all riled up, driving too fast, guess what? Get out the car, stop the car, get the car off the road till somebody get their good senses back. Plain and simple. It doesn't have to be outside the car. It could be a person driving, taking a corner, and you see yourself going on the passenger side, and they're veering off the road, going on the side of the road and hit a pole. Poles win every time. Trees, win every time. Nobody wins against a tree or a pole or a fixed object. You got to be out of your mind. It has nothing to do with love. It's insanity. You have to maintain control of an automobile. I don't care how many wheels or how high it is off the ground. You have to maintain those things or get from behind the wheel or don't even get in the car with anybody. Now, how about that? Well, catch the bus. Okay? Use your common sense at all times. You don't owe anybody anything. And if you don't die, short of dying, is a nice wheelchair. Limbs cut off. Disfigured. Did you get your face all tore up? Glass. Hitting your head against that steering wheel. Breaking your neck, and hospitals will put you back together again, but you're half-baked. Wow. You want to be that person? You want somebody else to be that? Some people go, as long as it ain't me, I don't care. You can be mad at the world with all those sayings you got. You still going to sit in that prison and rot if they don't try to keep you there. But when you get out, you have a criminal record. They ain't going to give you your driver's license back. So now you got the patent charter. You got to walk now. Or catch public transportation. And they ain't finished with you yet. Because you got fines and penalties. And you got damages to pay. And you go and pay them. And so what? You don't get a job? That's a long time to be healthy and not have a job. You want children? Ha! They gonna be up in your life. The people that you kill. Because you did not have your common sense on you at all times. That means stop being silly. You can't look and keep talking to people and driving that wheel. You can't take curbs fast. You can't go 100 miles an hour because you just feeling it. You feeling it. No. You can't be responsible behind the wheel of a car, then you suffer the consequences. Nobody, let me put it to you that everybody knows how to behave behind the wheel of a car, but very few people stress that it be done. Stress it to your friends. You might be a victim. You could have your siblings in the car with you or your friends and they die because this person over here behind the wheel and you allowed that person to keep in their foolishness. How do vehicular homicides occur? Turn it all the way over. Look it all the way over here. Ooh, did you see that? Bam! All of a sudden there's a tree. Even in NASCAR, they must focus at all times because they take their eye and they're professional drivers. It can happen so quickly. Okay, let's get into today's lesson, if you will. All right? And let me remind you that you, if you haven't taken the test, that you take the test. And then to see what you know or what you don't know about the subject. And then after the video, take your final test. All right? Now, don't forget, you'll be getting your diploma. You make it all to 100. And I know you will. I'm going to try to walk every inch with you through it. You got to take the test on your own, okay? All right, we're on subject number 20. And we're moving right along, okay? Then after we get finished with subject number 20, we'll be moving on to subject 21. Please do try to stay in order. Subject 21 is going to be on justified homicide. But right now we're talking about vehicular homicide. All right, it says the elements making up the crime of vehicular homicide, there are 3 elements. You will see that there's a breakdown. Okay, so let's move forward. It takes 3. All right, and what does it say? In a grossly negligent manner. And if you don't know the words, you're not familiar with some of the words, please do look them up, if you don't mind. All right, you guys can do it now. Write them down, like I said. Get a little book and write them down and learn. Because, see, once these laws are with you, they're here. That's why they don't change. They're here to the day you die. Isn't that nice to know that people are always changing things? But these are fixed. And once you learn these, honey, that's it. That's all you need to know. Keep your book. Keep your Cop to America book. And they're inexpensive. And you go, something on this earth doesn't change. And that's the law. They're not going to change it from year to year to year. Oh, they might add some. But guess what? These are the most repeatedly broken laws in the history of the United States. And I don't think there's going to be many additions to this. Believe me. This is historic. This is what people are willing to go to prison over. It's so foolish. But I'm going to tell you now, we're going to put it in such a way or in an order to everybody can understand it. Don't tread on these 100s. You have to be out of your mind. If I want to tell you what it is and you still do it, you deserve everything that you get. What keeps putting people in prisons? They keep doing these things. These things keep putting people in prison. Nobody's going to let anybody slide. What? You going to understand when you get a family and you are forced to care why laws are important. You're gonna realize that. So I want you to go ahead and get your feet wet now. Amen. All right now. Can't get a boom. All right, let's move forward now. All right, we like to have a little fun while we're learning, but we all know it's serious in the subject. Moving forward. All right, let me go over number one again. It says, in a grossly negligent manner. Number two, in a negligent manner while under the influence of alcohol, a controlled substance, or any combination of those elements. So, 1, 2, and pick one of them. Will 3 be the third element? Will 4 be the third element? Will 5 be the third element? They don't care. And your blood, I guarantee you, a vehicular homicide occurred. Trust me. You'll be so wrapped up, maybe even crushed up. First thing they're going to get is that blood. They'll smell it because they're not drinking. And all that alcohol, all those drugs may be flying out the car, whatever. Or people say, oh, that person was driving erratically. Or they'll open up your eyes to make sure your eyes in check, and they'll look at those pupils. You can't hide things. America is so good. Highway patrol, sheriff departments, deputies, police officers, any federal bureau, security guards, all trained, EMS, trained to look at those eyes, because those eyes are very important. We don't care how you buzzing up here. Those eyes are being affected. And just like if you don't have your glasses on, how can you see? Well, you can make out. But when they said your glasses are required when you have your driver's license or your NOL, you don't have an operating license, you have to pay attention to all the rules. Quit being fancy-pantsy. Put your eyeballs on so you can see. Don't get high, because as soon as those people, well, I can drive where I'm high. Hey! You're imagining. It alters. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Don't be nobody's fool now. They're not going to get charged. Whoever hands you the joint or the alcohol, trust me, they're not going to get charged. Whoever's supplying it, not going to get charged. You going to get charged. And they'll tell you that. I didn't put that in your hands. You did that of your own free will. How do they know that you're free when you don't even know you're free? Bam! Wait a minute. You know, as many teens as I talk to, as soon as I say that, how does a person know that you have free will and you are free, but you don't know you're free? How does that happen? You're free. And like I said, freedom is just like money. You better spend it wisely. Your time here, you're not going to like being in a box. Don't do it. Don't even be tempted to do anything like this. It didn't say if you're male or female. Then when you read it, like, no, I didn't hear that one. In a grossly negligent manner. Oh, yes. In a negligent manner, while under the influence. And you can't help but to be negligent. It said on your driver's license, you can drink alcohol and drive. Did it say that? Oh, maybe I was wrong. Am I wrong? It said you can get high and put pills down your throat and get behind the wheel of a car. That's what you're supposed to do, ain't it? that woman crazy. That officer is crazy. Oh, no. That's how people think anyway. Oh, you can ignore all the signs and everything. and still keep your driver's license. Oh, yes, you can. Who said you couldn't do that? Come on now. All right, you can smoke some weed and, get your buzz on, baby. Have a little alcohol. Oh, you can carry that in there. I'll go right ahead. Oh, you ain't going to get caught. Oh, don't even worry about it. When you do, they're going to let you go anyway. Because it's written in your driver's license test. Really? Is it? Now be a fool and believe that. They go, keep on. Really? Did it say I could do that in my driver's license exam? You must have been high the day you got them. Hey. No, it doesn't say that. Oh, see, some people will still take a chance. The law's going to be here when you're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yes, and 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and even in your 30s. And when you're 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. And yes, there's some people who have been foolish enough to break the law in their 40s. And 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And some were still foolish and broke the laws in their 50s. And at 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. And it went on and on to 105 and more. And there are people in their 90s got their driver's license. And if they do such a thing, you're going in. You understand that? These laws are not going anywhere. They've been here on the books, a lot of them since the 1600s. I understand they're not going anywhere. So relax. Relax. What is the punishment? Putting things in your mouth, down your throat. All right. Now let me throw this to you. If you were laying on the ground, there's your car. Somebody beat the crap out of you and shoved stuff in your throat. You gonna get behind the wheel of a car? No. The first thing you're gonna be doing is trying to survive. Wait a minute. Don't put that down my throat. And they're putting that all down. You gonna hop behind the wheel of a car? You gonna try to get in somebody else's car because you know better than to drive. You know better. Because you know you might run into somebody or something. And even if you run into something and it falls and kills the other person, it's on your back. And you can't live with that. Trust me. You can try to play it off. You may even just, I'm going to give up my driver's license. Who cares? You done killed the person. Who cares what all you're going to do afterwards? You killed the person. Or persons. Punishment. 3 years, upwards to 10 years for this crime. And trust me, they may try, if there's 4 or 5 you get, they'll try to get you for every one. How you going to deal with 5 deaths? And they're going to talk so much about it. They're going to put up pictures of those people, and they're going to talk about those families. They don't care about you. They're going to make sure that the judge can feel it. That the jury hears and understands what you did unfairly out of your civic duty as a human being in America. And we ask everybody to please be careful on the road. But you, are you going to be one of those ones? Think about it. Some people say, oh no, I'm not. And don't be so casual about it. Are you going to be one of those ones? Kids playing in the street. And you talking on the cell phone. You got alcohol in your body. Oh, this is my sister's birthday. I don't care. You took a life. Nobody cares about your reason. Why you put something in your body. They don't care. You can't reach for mommy or daddy because you're going in. And they're going to get tired of coming to jails and prisons and spending their money on you. Believe that. People can't go homeless behind foolishness because they're learning the laws as well. And if they're going to keep them, you must keep them. And even if they don't keep them, you have to still keep them. And you must maintain and put this as a part of your life. So you don't end up in a little tiny box on a hard floor with some nasty food and no dental care. and a whole bunch of other things you won't be getting. No luxuries in prison. And you think 36 months, I'll read them to you. Penalty for vehicular homicide, damages that occur in a cure, will begin at $20,000 and up. Now, plus cost of court. Now, let me explain something to you guys. That's just what the court's going to give you. When it's time to deal with your future earnings or money that may be coming to you in a will, they're going to go to the courts and ask them if there's any future earnings, or can they, we want a lawsuit against this person, and just in case you hit the lottery, honey. Do you understand me? You're going to give that up. They're going to keep tabs on you now, just like they did O.J. Simpson. Any future earning, he is poor, broke, busted. They got him for, I think, somewhere about $40 million. Way! Come on now. But they're going to make sure he stay in the poverty line. So no matter what you do, it'd be better that he was to hit the lottery for $400 million, because they're going to try to get $399,999 million of that, because they took a life. It was unnecessary. I don't care what they came up with in the criminal trial, but in the penalty phases, okay, where they can come back and sue you and make you responsible. It was your car. You were behind the wheel. Things like that. It wasn't my car. You were behind the wheel. You took control of the car. Don't you have a driver's license? Mm-hmm. It's a crime. It's a crime not to pay attention behind the wheel of a car. It is indeed a crime. I don't care. My CD, I'm sorry, I don't care. They don't care. So I'm trying to stop you right now, get you tuned in, guys, and focus on the fact that nobody will care. Out in California, all the way over to Maine, from Texas and Florida, all the way up to the Dakotas. No. People have learned to fight to put people away who do things like this. They have learned, I'm just going to fight and stay in this game until that person at least gets 15 years, 20 years. And when they get finished with that, I still want, because people stay angry. They learn not to forgive so fast, so quick, so soon. And to stay right there in the game. And they wait until you come out. Because now people learn. People don't stay in prisons forever. Not unless they get a life sentence or death penalty. But even if you got 30 years, they waiting. Because some of them people coming out. Mm-hmm. All right? And you took someone they love and their pictures in their homes. Sitting up on pianos and maybe on mantles. And they're aging. And they're looking at the fact that you still can come out and have a life. All right now. It says a conspiracy charge can be added to most crimes, which may increase or double your sentence. Trust me. Those fines, get back to the fines and penalties, you're going to pay more. It's just the beginning. You're going to be so sad, like most people are, when they get finished with you. You be like, dang, man, it just ain't no way I can get out of this. You're going to have bad credit. Can you think of some things? Because, see, if you could think of some things that you want this person punished for, they want that out of you if you do it. So don't do it. All right, what is 3 years? Well, let's see. It's about the time of a small loan, personal loan, and people want more than that. People that got smart now. 3 years, it says, is 36 months. It's 1,095 days you'll be incarcerated. And think of the experiences that you're going to go through with all these strangers. People with smelly feet. Oh, you're going to change. If they don't have somebody in there to get you. Like, this sentence is too small, man. You got anybody gonna get them? That was my favorite sister. That was my favorite brother. That was my cousin. That was my friend. You got anybody? And they'll get you. They will find out who you are and make every waking day of your 3 years miserable. You're not going to just sit in a cell. You're going to be attacked. Because that's just how people are. That's how people are. You in prison. There's no rules to hatred. And you will be hated. And there's gangs and everybody else, and you ain't going to get up there and, oh, they're bothering me. What? You in prison. Wake up! You put yourself there. All right, moving forward. In minutes, there is 1,576,800 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. Price check. Remember I told y'all price check? You can't stand to be in a line at a grocery store or a Walmart or a Kmart. I don't care. Or getting registered for school. And you can't stand being in a line for a minute? And you going to mess with getting 1,576,800 of them? Do you know, wait a minute, I should have brought a clock in here. That little swift head got to go around 60, around that circle, oh my goodness, 1,000,000 times plus. Wow. In hours, 3 years is 26,280 hours. Boy, that's a lot. Let's get over here and see what 10 years is. 10 years will give you 120 months you must do. They're not letting you out. Because, see, people are learning. Once you're taught the law, and why wouldn't you want to learn the law? Can I say it again? People are learning that phooey on these excuses, because y'all passing them around like people pass the questions to a test around. Oh, don't forget the answers. They're passing around like they pass around pencils. And they're schooling each other. It's us against them mentality. Everybody's sharing secrets, but you better share this right here, because now everybody knows. All right? And you can't outdo the judge. Judge don't want to hear it anymore. People sitting up there lying, crying and whining. Juries don't want to hear it anymore. They don't care what color you are. They don't care what gender you are. They don't care what you do, who your parents are. Everybody got these little golden background. Oh, please. But this particular day, you decided not to follow the rules. That's why it pays to be sober-minded. In days, how much time will you spend locked away? 3,650 days. That's a whole lot of missed time. You got 10 years of missed Christmases. You're going to be so different when you get out. Older. Stiff. There's a lot of things. You can be sickly. People be dead. Some be married. They ain't trying to keep up with you. You're going to look different. Face is going to age. You can't have any kids if they put you away in your 20s. Wow, women. What you going to do, adopt? Yeah, y'all keep finding them answers to satisfy yourself. Listen. In minutes. 5,256,000 minutes. In hours. 10 years is 87,600 hours. Spend 1 hour in your... No. You know what people can't handle? Come on now, guys. When the lights go out, the power go out, and it's dead silence. They can't take it. Nobody can. Let me show you something. I did it in one video. Let me show you how quiet it will get. Just a moment. See if you can deal with it. See if you even like it. I'm coming back now. No music. That's going to be your world. Don't do it. Pay attention. Don't be neglectful. Don't neglect the law. Don't pay attention. I'm doing everything I could. I didn't borrow any money to do this. No, I'm not rich. I'm just taking, money that I saved up, and I'm trying to help out. If you don't mind, okay? Think about it. Slow down. Just there's a lot of life. You might miss something if you keep going fast. Don't laugh so much all the time. Take something seriously. Put it in your head. Invest in your own life. Invest in your freedom. Don't let nobody take it away. You're not. Teenagers don't have to be silly all the time. My mother taught me that, so I quit laughing all the time. Like, wow, y'all really laugh all the time. Why do you have to do that? Why is it a necessity? It's not. I had to think about it. Why did I laugh all the time? And then I just decided, I went to school. I said, I'm just not going to do it all the time. I'm tired. I guess I am. I got into my studies, and from then on, look what happened. Whee! So, you can't swing on the chandeliers of life anywhere you want to, anytime you want to. No. Okay? Be considerate. Be kind. All right? Let's take the test. All right? And this is an 800-pound gorilla you don't want to mess with. That's another one. Leave these things alone. All right? Because you'll be all over the news, all right, but you won't like it because they want to hang them high. Now these days in America, don't they? Just look on the news. People are following these cases. So many people have gotten off. They just, oh, no, I'm going to follow this one all the way out. Okay? People lost their lives unnecessarily. And what? This one going to walk? Oh, no. No. People get riled up. They get upset. People are passionate now about people must keep the law. That's what I'm going to teach you and keep teaching. Let's move on to 21. You guys are getting it. America's a wonderful place. But you got to want to know how wonderful it is. You can only do that a lot of times in a sober mind. Think about that. Think about some things. You don't always have to laugh at every single thing. Everything doesn't need to be turned to a joke. People who do that, they don't do so well in school. I noticed that. When I was in school, everybody was always kicking it. Kicking it for what? How can you kick it all day long? It becomes boring. Especially when you get on your own. You want your own apartment. You want your own car. Things you can say, this is mine. While you watch other people that's hard-headed and still don't get it. They still live with their parents. What? Move forward. Don't focus on them. And don't celebrate too much. Keep it rolling. Alright? Don't damage your car or anybody else's things. Alright, guys. You can do it. Our leaders, make our leaders proud. Make yourself proud of yourself. That's what self, I am so proud of you. Oh. Look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. Wow. Alright, guys. Let's peace. You can do it. I know you can. Alright, let's move to the next topic.
The weight of my mistakes depends on how I feel. Don't let it bring you down. The weight of what I say depends on how you feel, but I don't want to bring you down, down, down.